I'm trying this new software, okay, called Restream. You guys have to tell me, has anybody ever tried it or had experience with it? Because let me tell you guys, I went live an hour ago, and 12 minutes into it, I realized that the live was set to private, so you guys couldn't even see me. So, anyways, this is like a redo of that. So, happy Saturday, you guys. Look, I'm in my bed, chilling, relaxing, getting some much needed downtime. You guys have to excuse me. I'm live, and my son is liable to bust into my room at any minute. So if you guys hear him, just never mind that. But as you come in, hit like and hit share, hit like and hit share. I want to just share a couple things with you guys. I'm in my bed relaxing, much needed relaxation because I told you guys I was going to go crazy this month of August, and I did. I've already surpassed my goal. I'm getting ready to show you guys, I'm getting ready to share with you guys my notary gadget so you guys can see not only did I meet my goal, but I ex- exceeded it. So as you can see here, I'm already at 10,500 and the month is not even over. Let me just say that. And as you can also see, I'm already starting to fill up my calendar. I can't even talk for September. So the rest of this year, my goal is just to meet or exceed at least $10,000 a month for the rest of 2021. So I'm really excited because I've already surpassed that goal. So super excited about that. Make sure when you guys come in, hit like and hit share, say hello. A few things I want to share with you guys. Like I said, I reached my goal. I surpassed my goal. We still have um, 2 more days in the month for signing. So that number is probably just going to keep going up. Excited about that. You guys share some of your wins in the chat, some of your goals in the chat. I announced today that we are now accepting new notaries to join the Notary Boss Network here in Northern California. So I am going to drop that in the chat also. So if you guys are interested in coming on over and joining our signing service here in Northern California, make sure you fill that form out. I'm going to drop it in the chat before we get off. And also, where I just posted it, I just posted a video too, and the form is in the description box. So you can just check that out, or I'm gonna drop it in the chat. So I have to get you guys' opinion. What do you guys think about this great resignation boom? Right? Is anybody hearing about that, or am I the only one? Everybody's talking about the great resignation boom. Everybody's quitting their job, right? So if you are part of the resignation boom, if you have quit your job, drop down in the chat and let me know. If you're thinking about quitting your job, just drop down in the chat and let me know. What do you guys think? Because as most of you know or may not know, I still have a job. I'm employed. I'm a civil servant. I work for the government. And so a lot of people still ask me, or do you still work? Do you still have your job? I still have my job. Um, I have to very honestly say, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to sustain is the my business is growing larger and larger, and I'm super excited about that. I just don't know how long I'll be able to sustain the growth of my business and still work a job. So we'll see how that goes. Victoria said new NSA in Atomas. I've been following your story as I also work for the state trying to do part-time at the moment. Okay, shout out to you, Victoria. So what do you think? And what does everybody think about everybody quitting their job? I still so for those of you guys who just came in, I was live about an hour ago and I realized that it wasn't public, it was private. So I was already 12 minutes into this conversation. So I'm just going to start over. So um, I'll say this. I hear a lot of people that are quitting their job, they're doing so for work-life balance reasons because they want more flexibility and things along that line. And COVID brought about everybody being able to work from home, right? And everybody got a taste of what that freedom was like, not having to sit in traffic, not having to pay for parking, all that other stuff, right? So for me, I was already working like that. I've had that mindset for many years. I've been in remote work for about 3 years now. It took me a while to find an employer, especially an employer in the government sector and the public sector, because the public sector sometimes can be a little bit more closed-minded when it comes to things like that. So it took me a little longer, but I found the perfect employer, which I thought for me that, my position is 100% remote. It was before COVID and will be after COVID. I know for a fact that I could never work an office job again. I could never go in an office 9 to 5 and be chained to a desk. I know for a fact I can't do that. I think it's because I don't have that type of job that, I'm still able to sustain both, if that makes sense. If I ever had to go into an office and work 9 to 5, I'm just not gonna be able to do it. Oh, let me put my Notary gadget back up really quick because I get so many people asking me what accounting software I use. And for those of you who do not know about Notary Gadget, it is accounting software specifically for our business as notary loan signing agents. So if you guys are looking for an accounting software, I highly recommend Notary Gadget. I always leave the link to my affiliate code with Notary Gadget in my bios in the description box. I'll drop it down in the chat as well. But everybody's always asking me, what software do you use? What software do you use? Definitely Notary Gadget. I highly recommend it. That's what I have up now. So a couple things for you guys just coming in. I'm opening up the Notary Boss Network to more notary. So I'm getting ready to drop that in the chat. If you guys can already see that announcement, please go ahead and sign up here. If you're in Northern California, we are based in Northern California at the moment. Everybody keeps asking me about other areas as well. I'm sure, I have to stop. My business grew larger than I thought it was initially. So I'm at the point now where I'm just saying, the sky is the limit. As of right now, we're in Northern California, but I was talking to my mentor the other day, and he's already saying that he knows I'm going to be a nationwide signing service. I don't know. We'll see. But for right now, we are in Northern Cali, and I'm getting ready to drop that in the chat. I'll also drop my affiliate link to Notary Gadget in the chat also. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any thoughts, opinions on the great resignation boom. What do you guys think? Are any of you all thinking about quitting your jobs? I have to be honest, like I said, with all the flexibility I have with my job, and I'm in my bed now and I work from my home office. And I have tons of flexibility. I still am like some days like, I want to quit. I want to quit. So let me know what you guys think about that. I have a couple more things I want to talk about, but let me drop this stuff in the chat first. Hold on. How are you guys doing tonight? It's Saturday, and as you guys can see, I'm in the bed because y'all, I have been doing too much. I'm not gonna lie. I have been doing too much. So if you're interested in joining the Notary Boss Network, I just dropped in the chat. That is the link to get signed up. Oh, congratulations. Kiki said she just got her commission. Congratulations. Congratulations. So, in regards to joining the Notary Boss Network, I just dropped our form in the chat. I do require that you do have some loan signing certification. Those of you know I am a part of the loan signing system. So of course I'm partial to the loan signing system, but it's not a requirement. I just require that you do have a loan signing certification. There's other programs out there. So if it's not LSS and you have another one, I'm okay with that. I do also like to see notaries that have done at least anywhere from 20 to 50 signings already. So anyways, you guys can check out the form. I just dropped it in the chat if you're interested, and that will give you a rundown of what's required, what I'm looking for. What else? Oh, everybody asked me about Notary Gadget. So let me drop that in the chat as well. Hold on a second. I'm using this new software, you guys. I don't know why it's coming across as, I'm looking on here now, it's coming across as a test. I'm fooling around with this new software. It should not say that. So yeah, I'm about to drop the Notary Gadget link in the chat. And then I want to talk to you guys about, drop down in the chat and let me know, do you guys read the articles that come out that the NNA puts out? Because they put out some really informative articles. I really encourage you, no matter where you're at in this business, to read those articles because they are very informative. I read all of them. And I'm going to share with you all one of their latest articles, some information that I found useful. I just dropped the Notary Gadget link in the chat as well. Yeah, they do. They have a lot of great information. I always encourage everybody to read the articles. I don't think people, I shouldn't say that. I don't know. I don't think people read them. Do you guys read them? Somebody said, one person said they did. But yeah, they have some great information. So let me see. So yeah, you guys, I was saying I'm in the bed because I'm tired, y'all. I've surpassed my goal for the month, but I've been working hard. I've been doing too much, really. And when I get to the point where I've been doing too much, my body be like, okay, girl, you doing too much. You're doing too much, so have a seat. Have a seat. And that's why I'm in the bed right now at 7:47. So yeah, one of their most recent articles went over 3 customer service practices that are recommended and 3 customer service mistakes to avoid. So I'm going to share those with you guys really quick because I thought that they were super helpful. But before I do that, let me hop on over to my Instagram really quick and tell everybody that I'm live. You guys, I'm live over on YouTube, my weekly rants, if you want to hop on over. I know I said that like an hour ago, but never mind that. Hop on over now because I screwed up, but I'm live now. All right. Bye. Um, and you guys make sure you're following me over on IG. I have that up on the screen right now at dsigns_. I also have at dsigns_ is my business IG, all things loan signing basically. And then my personal IG is my weekly rants. So make sure you're following me on both because you'll get 2 different things. D-Signs is all about loan signing. My weekly rant is really how this YouTube channel started. So I cover all things there. Personal, family, lifestyle, travel, the whole gamut. So make sure you're following me on both IG pages. Okay, so I don't know, did you guys read this article or not? But let me pull it up. So basically, they're saying that these are tips that it can help your loan signing business or your notary business stand out. Okay. So number 1 was be on time. And I think that goes without saying. I mean, I've been in business for 2 years now, and I could probably count on one hand the number of times that I've been late. And I always communicate that with my signer and everybody involved. But obviously, be on time. I'm always usually a little bit early because I mean, obviously, it's going to make a good impression. It's going to come off as professional, obviously. But then it also keeps your signings going more efficiently. You know, I'll get there a few minutes early so I can get all my things set up. I like to be really organized and have everything out and ready to go on the table, and that makes the signing move through faster as well. And also, signers give feedback, you know. So when you get good feedback back to the title company, back to the lender, they will use you repeatedly. I cannot tell you guys how many times I've gotten feedback from my escrow officers about how pleasant the experience was with the signer. The signer will tell them, or sometimes the real estate agent or the lender will be at a signing and they'll communicate that back. So I'm telling you guys, that's a good one. Be on time. Show signers and clients that you know what you're doing. This is a big one. I talk about this one a lot because you guys will not believe how many times I'm in a signing where a signer will give me feedback right at the table that it's been so pleasant. Mom. Oh, here comes my son, you guys. What's up?
No, I was asking you a question. Dad said
I'm on live.
But Dad said, do you want some cheeseburgers?
No, I don't want a cheeseburger. Thank you.
What? Okay.
Can you shut the door?
Yeah. Mom said he don't want cheeseburgers.
Sorry, y'all. So I don't know how many times, you guys, I've been at the signing table and a signer will tell me how pleasant the experience has been because they've had other signing experiences that weren't so pleasant because the notary simply didn't know what they were doing. So it's really important, you guys, that we know our craft, we know what we're doing, and that comes by way of staying educated, staying on top of your notarial law, staying on top of your loan signing information. Know what you're doing, because when you sit down and sign and you don't know what you're doing, it's very obvious. I'll just say that. It's very obvious. Stay up to date with your commission, your training. Pay attention to what's going on in the industry. That is so important. And that's why I give the loan signing system so much credit, because Mark makes sure that we stay on top of what's going on in the industry by him staying on top of what's going on in the industry. So yes, you're paying for a service, but the information that he provides is not just loan signing. It is at the surface. However, he's also going to provide what's going on in the real estate industry as a whole. And that is so important for you to be able to talk to your clients and be informed, well informed and educated, be able to talk to your real estate agents and the lenders and the EOs. You don't want to just talk to them about, hey, can I get a signing? You want to be able to communicate with them about what's going on in their industry as well. It really goes a long way. Hey, Carlos. John said he just passed his exam in background last week. Congratulations, John. That's amazing. Congratulations. So I'm just going over one of the latest NNA articles. I love these articles because they're jam-packed with so much great information. And they were just going over some good customer service practices that they recommend for notaries. Number one was to be on time. For y'all who's just coming in, I'm just kind of recapping. Number two, show the signers and clients that you know what you're doing. Number three says to keep your schedule flexible. Whatever the client needs, give them top-notch service. Be available above and beyond what signers may need. If they ask you to be there at 10 p.m., you do it. I'll agree with this pass, but that's why I'm in the bed right now, you guys, because there's plus and minuses to that. I agree with that, but you really have to give yourself grace and really learn balance, because you will get worn out. There's always going to be a signing. There's always going to be someone wanting you to go to a signing, late, early. That's always going to be the case. So, be open. Keep your schedule open. I definitely say yes way more than I say no. I it's rare that I say no. I try not to ever say no. But it will wear you down. I did a signing on Friday at 9 p.m. I'm open, I'm flexible, but you don't want to wear yourself down to the point where you're not good for anything else, if that makes sense. So I agree with that to a certain extent. Okay. And then they go on to go over 3 customer service mistakes notaries should avoid. Don't complain about your situation or take frustrations out on your signers. I think that kind of goes without saying. However, I think sometimes just in general conversation, it might get easy to, if you're chatting with a borrower, to say something, make a comment that's kind of, could be considered criticism. So I don't know. Stay away from that, obviously. Don't neglect letting people know if a scheduling issue comes up. I know for me, this is one of the reasons why I started the Notary Boss Network. If those of you guys are just coming in, I have a small signing service here in Northern California. It's called the Notary Boss Network. I dropped in the chat the link if you're interested in signing up, because we are looking for new notaries. So that was just a little shameless plug. But one of the reasons why I started the Notary Boss Network, because I was getting very frustrated with my own schedule. I had all these notaries and I'm just one, all these signing appointments coming in, but I'm just one person, and I didn't want to leave the money on the table. I didn't want to keep telling people no. So I did, like, what can I do? That's when you might be ready for a signing service, but that's a whole nother conversation. So they're saying when you have scheduling issues come up, communicate them. I always communicated when I had scheduling conflicts come up. I would try to accommodate everybody as best I could, but communication is key. If you have to move an appointment, if you're going to be late to an appointment, if you just can't do it and it needs to be reassigned, communicate that ASAP. Don't wait till, the appointment is at 5 and start communicating it at 4:55. You don't want to do that. And I've heard that happen. You don't want to do it. Number 3, don't ignore mistakes or expect other people to fix them for you. This is a big one. It says, don't say I screwed up. I'll just send the document and hope it's not an issue. No, if you see something that's probably an issue or probably going to be problematic, I think that it's our duty to say something. I had a situation like that this week where a signer signed the note, which we know is a critical document. They signed the note all the way at the bottom of the page, not even anywhere on the signature line. So, of course, I had them sign back on the signature line. Excuse me, this was not a scenario where there was a copy set where I could have just swapped out, because that's what I generally do. If a signer makes any type of a mistake, especially on a critical document like a note, I'll just swap it out with the copy set. But this situation was unique, and there was no copy set because it was something my escrow officer just had me run back out on, that already was like a fix. So they just gave me one copy for them to go fix. This was an elderly person. And so, sometimes with people who are much older, they tend to sometimes make mistakes more than others. I don't want to like be an ageist or whatever they call it, but you know what I mean. And so she signed where she shouldn't have signed. So I'm like, instead of me just dropping it off to her, I was I brought it to her attention, let her know. So we knew right then and there, okay, let's check with the lender right now to see if this is going to be a problem or not. So I say that all to say, don't just, in that scenario, you don't want to just drop it off and don't say anything and let them figure it out later. No, you want to, communicate, hey, they signed on this line. Let's see if this is going to be a problem. Communication is just big in this business. So, yeah, that's all I have for you guys tonight. If anybody has any questions, you can drop them in the chat. Make sure if you're just coming in, hit like and hit share on this live. I'm trying a new software, so you guys kind of have to bear with me. I'm testing it out, and it's kind of new for me. But so far in the chat, I dropped the form if anybody is interested in joining the Notary Boss Network. There's a form there. I get people asking me all the time what accounting software I use. I dropped that in the chat as well. What else? A good weakness to have is being critical. A good weakness to have is being critical of your work. What do you mean by that? So, what else? I think that was it, you guys. I'm going to be going live again August 31st. That is going to be for members only. And we're going to be going over the new, I don't know if you guys have seen the FHA and the VA application. It's a little new and it's a little, I don't want to say tricky, but I'm going to go over some things on that so that you guys make sure you get that form right. So that will be in the member section only August 31st at 5 p.m. I'll be live. And then September 1st at noon for lunchtime, I will be live for all of my YouTube subscribers, and we'll be celebrating my second year in business. For those of you who just came in, I want to share with you all that I did reach my August goal. I've actually surpassed it. And I'll show you guys if you're just coming in. So I'm super excited about that. Let me see if I can share my screen on here. I think I can. And this is Notary Gadget. Everybody asks what accounting software I use. I use Notary Gadget, and I am well over my $10,000 goal for the month. And we still have 2 more signing days in the month, you guys. So I'm super excited. My plan is to beast out like this for the rest of the year. Over 10,000 for the rest of 2021. And hopefully I can do that and not be too exhausted, because y'all see where I'm at right now in my bed. Yeah. Lavina, I don't want to mispronounce your name, but yeah. So the thing is, Lavina said, hopefully one day your signing service will be a nationwide signing service. Yeah. So let me take a sip on that. Shout out to LaCroix. Y'all know I drink these all day, every day. Hold on. It's so funny because probably about 6 months ago, I remember I was like, oh my God. I networked with a few nationwide signing service owners, and I be seeing the stress that they're under, and I'm just like, I don't want that type of stress, but it almost seems inevitable. The more things are growing and the more, like right now, I need help. There's been days and weeks these last couple months where the notaries I do have, they're not available, so it's just like, what do you do with that? In that point, it's like, I need more. And so that's why I'm opening up the Notary Boss Network here in Northern California. I have a couple clients who have signings that are a few hours away from me that I'm gonna need help on. So I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. Never say never. I was saying never to that initially, but now I'm like, we'll see how it goes. Yep. We'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna see if I can fix this really quick on YouTube's end. And while I'm doing that, because it says on the title of this, it says it's a test, and it's not a test. So I don't want people not coming in because they think it's some type of test. So let me see if I could change that really quick. And while I'm doing that, if you guys have any questions or anything you want to chat about, post it in the chat. If you're just coming in, click like and click share. I want to say, if anybody has an opinion, I would love to hear anybody's opinion on the Great Resignation boom. That was my initial question. I'm seeing, and I'm pretty sure you all are seeing, this influx of everybody quitting their job. So what do you guys think about that? Does anybody have an opinion on that? Number one, that was my number one question for the evening, because I mean, everywhere I look every day, that's the topic. I quit. Everybody's quitting their job. So what is y'all input on that? Is anybody with that? Has anybody quit their job? Because I know a couple people I network with in this business specifically have quit their jobs this year. I'm not there yet. People ask me that all the time. Yes, I still have a job, and y'all see the numbers I'm putting out. Okay. Lavina says she quit her job last month to focus on her business. And so, do you feel like you were part of this resignation boom? Are you hearing about this resignation boom that people are quitting their jobs because of COVID? They got a taste of what it was like to work from home and then just did not want to go back to that, or working remote during COVID gave a lot of people a like a wake up call, a sense of like, oh, wait a minute, I don't have to sit in traffic 2 hours a day and pay for parking and all these things. You know, they're saying COVID kind of woke the world up and woke the nation up to that. But for me, it's so funny because I've been woke up to that many, many years ago, and people used to think I was crazy. And 10, 15 years ago, I had an office job, and I used to be like, I could be doing this from home. Like, what? We're wasting our time here. You know, people would look at me like I was crazy. Like, that's never going to happen. You know, and now look, everybody's working from home. You know, everybody's starting businesses. It's a whole movement. I love it. I love it. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna get off of here. I don't want to keep y'all much longer, but yeah, the forum is in the chat if anybody wants to join. Oh, Carla said there's no such thing as waiting for the right moment. If so, you'll be waiting forever. Amen. That's real talk. That is real talk. And um that's been something I've been learning more and more these last couple of years, really been leaning into that. Lavina says, I've been working from home for the last 5 years, but I was ready to go after 8 years and work for myself. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably right behind you, girl. I've been working from home for about 3 years now, but I thought that was great. But now, since I started my business a couple years ago, I'm like, man, I'm this close to quitting, y'all. But you know, as soon as I quit, y'all gonna be the first ones to know. I'm gonna be on here saying I quit. So Victoria says, I'm just getting started, but I think if you're able to out earn your day job and the day job is preventing you from opportunities that will bring more money than the main job, then go for it. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, yeah. I have so many things to say about that. The one thing that I want to make sure that everybody is taking into consideration, I hope everybody's taking consideration when it comes to the earning portion of it, is that we're taking in account the benefits, how much the benefits cost, how much the retirement costs, all those things that a lot of times with employers are included. Those things are included in your earnings, so to speak. So let's say you have a $50,000 a year job, $60,000 a year job, but how much are your benefits costing a year? How much is retirement costing a year? So sometimes when you add all those things up, a $50,000 a year job might really be a $70,000 a year job. You know what I mean? And when we work for ourselves, we have to make sure that we're accounting for that as well. How much are we going to be paying for medical now? How much are we going to be paying for retirement? Because I do have a couple people close to me who are entrepreneurs, who have been entrepreneurs their whole life. And one, you know, husband and wife, they're both entrepreneurs, and one went a different route just to get medical benefits. Or, you know, I have family members who have always been entrepreneurs, but they're not really saving much for retirement. So there's all different types of things I think that we have to make sure that we're accounting for when it comes to the earning portion. Because yeah, I mean, when I look at my numbers, like, whew, they're up there. But you know, I'm also taking into consideration all the other stuff that I'll have to account for. So I think as long as we're mindful of that, we're good. So yep, that's it, y'all. Somebody said boss lady just jumped. I, I I don't know. We'll see. I'm not the just jump type anymore. I was about y'all would have called me about 10 years ago, I would have, yeah, it wouldn't even been conversation. But yeah, I'm not just jumping anymore. I'm 42. I got two more kids than I used to. My life is so much different now. I think about things. I think things out a little bit more than I used to. Before, I used to just jump. I used to be very just like boom and think about everything else later. But I don't move like that no more. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, y'all. So that's it. I'm gonna get off. Y'all have a good night, and I'll be back on here soon, though. A couple days actually, because we are going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate 2 years in business. You guys, make sure you have your make sure you subscribe. Make sure you have your notification bell on so you know when I go live. But September 1st, I will be live at noon. At 12 noon. And I'm gonna be doing some giveaways as we celebrate 2 years in business. All right. So I will talk to y'all later. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. All right. Good night. Peace out. Peace. Good night.